kinds of accounting tomorrow, perhaps tonight. The commentators will be on TV. They'll be in the newspapers. They'll be talking about the ads that came in from the mainland and how much money got spent and what kind of rhetoric was involved in all of the campaigns. They'll be talking about Republicans and Democrats and movements and demographics, and population changes. But the real story of this election and the real story of this campaign is involved with human beings, with people. And I stand here tonight thinking of Keala Tim Singh in heaven and the beloved person that she was for all of us, wishing she could be here tonight. I think of my mentor, the man who was a father to me when my father passed away, Senator Duke Kawasaki. Duke is in Manalani Nursing Home right now. I know he's listening. I know he's had a struggle in recent days, but he knows. When I go to see him and tell him that I'm speaking for Ben and speaking for Charlie and speaking for myself as his disciples in the Hawaii State Senate, that we're thinking of him tonight. We're thinking of Bernard Punakaia. Yes, we just had a saint. The Catholic Church has its newest saint in St. Damien, but we had a saint who walked among us, and his name was Bernard Punakaia from Kalapapa. I'm thinking about Dr. Mitsuoki, who just left us so recently, who said to me, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine." He said, "Neil, if you have that little light, you let it shine." Thank you, Mitz. He blessed us with his presence. Of course, I'm thinking of my mother and father. I'm thinking of my mom, who many of you know told me to make sure that I looked out for those people who needed help, who were vulnerable, who couldn't stand for themselves, who were discriminated against and pushed around, and to never forget that that was my duty and obligation as a public official. And I'm thinking most especially of my mother-in-law at Manalani with Duke Kawasaki, Ellen Caraway, who worked all her life to give her daughter a better chance. My wife, Dr. Nancy Caraway.
We love you, Ellen. We love you.
We love you, Ellen. Thank you. And I'm thinking about the people who actually made this possible. Yes, this was an election, but I'll tell you, it wasn't about Neil Abercrombie. It wasn't about Duke Iona. It wasn't about any of the other candidates whose names were on these screens tonight. It was about the folks gathered here and the folks all across the state who made up this campaign, who worked every day to see it happen. This campaign was about Tony, who used the organizing skills so that we went into every single district and every single precinct and every single block and every single household. It was the people who night after night, day after day, made the calls from our headquarters, made it on their cell phones, reached out to people to see who it was. It was guys like Bert, I see you, Bert, out there, who were there day in and day out, always with a smile on your face, always with a song in your heart. Gary, I see you. I see all of you out there. You made it happen. People who filled that room with their love and aloha, who wanted to see a change, who knew that a better day was coming for Hawaii, who wanted a better day to come for Hawaii. The 400 people that went to 69,000 households, door to door, asking them to come out and participate in our democracy. Because of the Filipino affinity groups that went out and reached hundreds of people and had them come out and say who they were for. because 800 Hawaiians put their name on an ad and said, yes, we're for change. We want the Day of the Hawaiians to come so everybody in Hawaii can rise. Because day after day the forces were out there. Because 1,000 women put their name on an ad and said there were women for Neil Abercrombie. Because there were 2,000 women on Oahu alone and hundreds on the neighbor islands that went out and held those signs, block after block, mile after mile, to say that they wanted change and embrace change. Because there were people who made those calls, 15,000 calls in 21 days. That's what this campaign was all about. Because of the folks on the neighbor islands who said, don't forget us out here, who responded to our call when we said we would not have an Oahu-centric or Honolulu-centric government, that we were the Hawaiian Islands and the people of Hawaii, and we were all joined together. No, this campaign was not about me. It was not about another candidate. This campaign was about change and the embracing of change, working together for a common purpose. That's what it was all about. People who said, yes, we are going to have an independent energy supply. We're not going to be dependent on oil coming in from outside and sending our hard-earned dollars out of the state. Yes, we are going to have food security. We're going to grow our own food right here in Hawaii, and we're going to start doing it right away. And yes, we are going to respect the INA. We are going to respect our land. We are going to have a sustainable environment that we can all be proud of, to lead the generations to come to know that we do, in fact, know that the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. We're going to see to it that our school system is one we can be proud of again, and that every child in this state is going to have a chance to develop his and her full potential and exercise every initiative and talent that they have. We've had a conversation for months now, and we're going to continue to have a conversation. I pledge to you tonight that the conversation we've had about the future of Hawaii and the change that's coming and the embracing of that change that takes place tonight, I pledge to you we're going to continue that conversation. I'm going to be working with you every single day to see that that happens. We are all going to be joined together here in Hawaii for the common purpose of embracing change and Hawaii's future. We're going to invest. We're going to invest in our people. The greatest capital we have is the people of Hawaii and the aloha spirit that motivates us all. We have a message. Yes, there's a message, not just from this campaign, but a message maybe that we can take to the mainland, where what do you see tonight? You see division, you see rancor, you see people at odds with one another, you see confrontation and conflict all over the mainland. But what you see in Hawaii tonight is unity of purpose and unity of people, because our diversity defines us and does not divide us. We are united. We are the rainbow people, the aloha state, and we reach out to one another in community, in lokahi. We reach out together, pono, to do the right thing. We are family to one another. We have faith in each other. We have hope in the future. We trust one another with the aloha spirit. Imua Hawaii. Mahalo nui. Nothing can stop us working together.